please take down the next question, sir. Please take care of your preparations. And I am very happy seeing so many students preparing so much in WhatsApp groups. I am extremely happy. Even without our intervention, you people will take care and clarify other students' doubts. That is something which I am very, very proud of my students. Next question. If tan square alpha is equal to 1 plus 2 tan square beta, where alpha lies between 0 to 90 and beta lies between 90 to 180, your question is find the value of root 2 cos alpha plus cos beta, right? Root 2 cos alpha plus cos beta. Now it's a if condition question. That means you should find out the condition which satisfies the if. That is one of the method. Now see here. Listen carefully, sir. Can I say that tan square alpha is what is given here, right? Tan square alpha is what is given here. Here tan square beta is what is given. The coefficient of tan square alpha here is 1. The coefficient of tan square beta here is 2. Let us make both the coefficients same. Let us make it as same. If not for tan square alpha, what I am trying to say here, whenever it is tan, we know that secant square is tan secant square minus tan square is 1, which also means that secant square is 1 plus tan square. That means with tan square alpha 1 should be added. That means left hand side add 1 here, add 1 on the left hand side. Already 1 is present here, again add another 1, it becomes 1 plus 1 2. Right hand side it is 2 plus 2 tan square beta. Sir, why did you do like this? Every step is a connection, sir. Every step is a connection. I want to find cos alpha. Cos is nothing but a reciprocal of secant, and secant can be obtained from tan terms using this property. Everything is a beautiful dot connection. Why do you want to worry? This is how you need to study, my boss. This is how you need to study. Secant square alpha is equal to 2, if I take common, 2 into 1 plus tan square beta. Again the beautiful thing is 1 plus tan square is secant square beta, right? Secant square beta. Now I already got the terms which I need. I need cos alpha and cos beta. Yes, secant square is nothing but 2 into secant square beta. If I take reciprocal, cos square beta is nothing but 2 into cos square alpha, right? If I reverse it, or in other words, cos square alpha is nothing but 1 by 2 into cos square beta, which I wrote here as cos square beta is 2 times of cos square alpha, right? 2 times of cos square alpha. Now think logically, sir. Think logically. What is the next part in my question? Can I say that the next part in my question is I want root 2 cos alpha, right? I want the coefficient of cos alpha should be root 2, right? It should be root 2. Now can I write it as, can I write like this, sir? Okay, if I reverse this equation for your better understanding, 2 cos square alpha is equal to cos square beta, right? It is cos square beta. Now if I take the square root on both sides, root 2 cos alpha, this is something which I require for my question, is equal to square root of cos square beta is plus or minus cos beta, right? Plus or minus cos beta. Now think logically, sir. Think logically. Here I got it as plus or minus cos beta. Now can I say that beta is lying between 90 to 180 degrees. Beta lies between 90 to 180 degrees. That means beta is in second quadrant. In second quadrant, cos is negative. That means this becomes negative. I believe that you are clear with this logic, right? That becomes negative. Similarly, alpha lies between 0 to 90 degrees. 0 to 90 degrees means everything is positive. So cos is also positive. This entire thing will be plus, right? If you think why am I not writing here plus or minus, because of that reason only I did not write. So I can tell it as root 2 cos alpha is equal to minus cos beta. Why? Because in second quadrant cos is negative. Shift this minus to the right and left hand side. Root 2 cos alpha plus cos beta is equal to 0. Answer for this question is how much? 0. Which one are you asking, Ashutosh? I wrote here as root 2 cos alpha is equal to plus or minus cos beta. Is this what you are asking? That means it is either plus cos beta, Ashutosh, or this root 2 cos alpha can be minus cos beta. But it should be minus cos beta only. Why? Because in second quadrant, beta lies between 0 to 90 to 180 degrees, which is second quadrant. In second quadrant, cos is negative. So out of these two or possibilities, ignore this first condition. Take the second condition. Next one. Very, very good question again. See this question, sir. Secant alpha plus tan alpha into secant beta plus tan beta into secant gamma plus tan gamma is absolutely equal to secant alpha minus tan alpha, right? Minus tan alpha into secant beta minus tan beta into secant gamma minus tan gamma. These two are very, very much equal, and you need to find those value itself. That value itself you need to find. Now see here, this similar kind of question we solved in our sin square theta plus cos square theta equal to 1 logic, right? In that particular type, in that varieties of question, we solved similar kind of question. How did we solve it? We already solved this kind of question saying that if I multiply these three terms, which I wrote it in the top of the screen, I will get some constant. I will call it as k. If I multiply the next three terms, which I wrote it in the second line, that because that is equal to the first line, my second line also I will call it as k. Now if I simplify further, this is what I said it as. Please do not write all these things again in the exam. You know this is there in the screen. Just try to solve it from there itself. A plus b into a minus b is a square minus b square. So first term is, this entire term is secant square alpha minus tan square alpha, it is 1. Second entire term is secant square beta minus tan square beta, it is 1. Third entire term is secant square gamma minus tan square gamma, it is also 1. 1 into 1 into 1 is k square. So k is nothing but plus or minus 1. K is plus or minus 1. Very easy question. When you look into this question, you will definitely feel that it's a difficult question in your examination hall. But the difficulty or that fear is something which I want to remove in you people. See, it is not that I want to teach you people, sir. If I can remove that fear in you, I think I have done justice. Simple. It is not that I need to teach you each and every problem. That fear factor, if I remove, I think I have done justice to my profession. I have made sure that you will take care of your problem solving on your own. That clarity or that assurance only is what I want to give you in my classes. Answer is plus or minus 1. K itself is nothing but this first line or the second line. That is what is asked. See the next question. Original question which came in SSC 2016 main exam. 2016 mains. Original question I am discussing right now, sir. Listen carefully. Question is nothing but tan theta minus secant theta plus 1 divided by tan theta plus secant theta minus 1. I need to find the value of this. Tan theta minus secant theta plus 1 divided by tan theta minus secant, plus secant theta minus 1. That value I need to find it. Now listen carefully, sir. This is what students need to learn, sir. Can I say that? Can I say like this? One of the method of solving is by answer options, which I already taught you in my morning class. Now, that is something which you know it for every problem. Whenever it is a find the value of question, that is the best method. But I am not teaching you that method here because that is something which you just easily you can substitute some theta value and check the same theta value in the answer options, whichever is satisfying, that is the answer. Now, I want to teach you how you can derive it. Now, What is that we are discussing, sir? Whenever you get tan and secant, we know the property that secant square theta minus tan square theta is equal to 1. Now, students will always tend to read from left to right. From left to right, they will read. It is also true from right to left, right to left, right. That means what I am saying, 1 is also equal to secant square theta minus tan square theta. Usually we will not visualize in this way. 1, if I give you a number 1, suppose if I am having an interview, suppose I am a person who is taking an interview, I will give this number 1 for you. If I ask you how all you can express this 1, you might tell 2 to 3 types. 1 is 1 plus 0, 1 is 1 plus 1 into 1, 1 is 1 minus 0, 1 is 1 by 1, or 1 is 1 power 1, something like that. You can do so many things. But 1 also can be written as secant square theta minus tan square theta. This we will not definitely do it. 1 also can be written as sin square theta plus cos square theta. Suppose if I ask you what is sin square plus cos square, you will tell 1. But if I ask you what is 1, you will not tell sin square plus cos square. That means reverse also sometimes plays a very major role. Sir, how it is playing major role in this question? Listen carefully, sir. How it is playing major role in this question? Can I say that instead of this 1, write it as secant square minus tan square. Why? Let us see. Tan theta minus secant theta I wrote as it is, plus 1 is nothing but secant square minus tan square. Secant square theta minus tan square theta I am writing in place of 1, divided by tan theta plus secant theta minus 1. Sir, denominator 1 also should I express like that? Let us see after 1 or 2 steps. If we really want to express, we will express. Otherwise, we will not express. Now, can I again say that? If I say, see here, sir, think logically and say secant square theta is nothing but a square minus tan square theta is nothing but b square. Don't again substitute secant square theta minus tan square theta as 1. You will keep getting the same question again and again. So it is a square minus b square. Can I say it as this tan minus secant? I can write minus common outside and write it as secant minus tan. Right? I write it as secant minus tan, plus secant square minus tan square is a plus b. It is secant plus tan into secant minus tan. I hope the idea is clear. Into secant minus tan. This is what I want to teach you. Divided by the denominator term still remains the same. Right? Now, actually whatever the step which I wrote right now, you can eliminate off it in writing in the exam. I wrote it for your clarity. You need not write this entire step. Directly, if you are little smart, take a common factor in 2 terms as secant theta minus tan theta. If I take common, in the first term I am left with minus 1. Write down minus 1. In the second term I am left with, in the second term, what is the second term, sir? In the second term I am left with secant minus tan is taken out. Remaining is secant plus tan. Right? Remaining is secant plus tan. Secant plus tan is something remaining. Divided by tan theta plus secant theta minus 1. Advantage of this is this and this both are same, cancelled. Answer finally is secant theta minus tan theta. It is not a difficult thing again, sir. Yes, there is a beautiful approach compared to this whatever I discussed. I could totally agree. You can substitute some value of theta here and same value theta in the answer option. Check out which option is satisfying. But it is also equally important to know why are we doing all these steps, so that your understanding will be very, very clear. Okay, next question. Again an if condition question. If tan square theta is equal to 1 minus e square. Very, very good question. If tan square theta is equal to 1 minus e square, your question is find the value of secant theta plus tan cube theta into cosecant theta. This particular value we need to find. Options: 1 minus e square to the power of 2 by 3, 2 minus e square to the power of 2 by 3, 2 minus e square to the power of 1 by 2. Listen carefully, sir. Now what is that we need to find here? Secant theta, okay, let me write it. Secant theta plus tan cube theta into cosecant theta. But can I write it as tan cube as tan square theta into tan theta? This another tan theta, I will keep it as it is, and the remaining cosecant I will write. Sir, what will you do with another tan theta? Another tan, I will write it as sin and cos, sin by cos, in fact. Right now, sir, why are you doing all these things? Because of the simple reason that sin into cosecant is 1, 1 by cos is secant, and I also have secant, and I am making use of property which is in terms of secant and tan. Why to use some other trigonometric functions like sin and cosecant? I want to throw them away. So remaining things are secant theta. If I take common factor, here you will be left with 1, right? Here you will be left with 1. 1 by cos is nothing but secant, that I already took outside. Remaining is 1 plus tan square. Now can I say that tan square is nothing but 1 minus e square? So it is 1 plus 1 minus e square. It is 2 minus e square, right? It is 2 minus e square. Secant also should be, all the answer options are in terms of e square. E is nothing but in terms of tan. That means secant also express in terms of tan. Square root of 1 plus tan square theta is secant square theta. Square root is nothing but power 1 by 2. But I also again know that tan square is nothing but 1 minus e square. So it is 1 minus 1 plus 1 minus e square is 2 minus e square is what I will be getting. I believe that it is clear, sir. 2 minus e square to the power of 1 by 2 into 2 minus e square. A power m into a power n. A power m plus n. 2 minus e square to the power of 3 by 2, in fact, right? It is 3 by 2. So another option I forgot to write here. 2 minus e square to the power of 3 by 2. This is the fourth option which I forgot to write here, sir. And in fact, that fourth option itself is the right answer. Why did I write tan as sin by cos? Because I know secant square and tan square difference is 1. I will make use of only those two terms, and tan is the term which is given in the question in if condition. Why to use other trigonometric functions like sin and cosecant? Because they are reciprocal. Cancel it off and send it off. See this next question. Again it's an if condition. If tan square theta plus cot square theta is equal to 14, find the value of secant theta into cosecant theta provided that theta lies between 0 to 90 degrees. Provided that theta lies between 0 to 90 degrees. Now see here, again two methodologies. Whichever method you are satisfied or interested, you can solve that method. Tan square theta, first of all I require secant theta in my question. Secant can be obtained from tan square as secant square minus 1. That is how you should think. Plus I require cosecant theta from in my question. Cot square, cosecant can be obtained from cot square as cosecant square theta minus 1. Right hand side is 14. This minus 1 which is minus 2 will go to the right hand side. You are left with secant square theta plus cosecant square theta is equal to 14 plus 2, 16. But I also know that I want to express this in terms of basic trigonometric functions. Now I got secant square plus cosecant square. I got this required term secant and cosecant, but not in the actual way. It is not secant square into cosecant square. It is plus. So let me express in basic. Secant is 1 by cos square. Cosecant is 1 by sin square. These all thinkings you will get it only with practice, sir, nothing else. So if I simplify, cos square into sin square is the denominator LCM. If I cross multiply, sin square into 1, cos square into 1, sin square theta plus cos square theta is 1. This is nothing but 16. So 1 by cos square theta is nothing but secant square theta. 1 by cos square theta is secant square theta, and 1 by sin square theta is nothing but cosecant square theta. This is given as 16, but I want to find secant into cosecant. square root of 16, which is 4. Again I am saying, sir, square root of 16 is 4. Now the theta lies between 0 to 90 degrees. In 0 to 90 degrees, it is all are positive. So it is plus 4 itself, it cannot be minus 4. Now this is my method 1. What is the question? Let me write it again. Question is tan square theta plus cot square theta is equal to 14. I need to find the value of secant theta into cosecant theta. Theta lies between 0 to 90 degrees. Right? Theta lies between 0 to 90 degrees. Now, I already taught you one technique yesterday or day before yesterday in trigonometry class called as completing square method. Right? Completing square method. That means, suppose for example I have x square plus 4x plus x square plus 4x plus 9 I have, for example. Take the square root of first term, x square root is x. Take the square root of last term, 4x, 9 square root is 3. If it is plus here, write down plus. And then square it and then write down square. So it is x plus 3 whole square I got. Now check it out. X plus 3 whole square is a square is x square. B square is 9. Yes, first and last term are present. 2ab. 2 into x into 3x. Sorry, 2 into x into 3. It is 6x. Here I have 6x. But I should only have 4x according to the expression. Subtract that remaining extra term 2x. Right? Same concept, sir. Completing square method. What else is required? Multiple methods. Let me keep teaching you. Method 2 if I teach you. Can I say that? Can I say that square root of tan square theta is tan theta? Square root of cot square theta is cot theta. Write it as whole square. Write it as whole square. Now check it out. What is the extra term? It is a square is tan square theta, b square is cot square theta plus 2ab. 2 into tan theta into cot theta. That means 2 into tan theta into cot theta, reciprocal product is 1. 2 into 1 is 2. That means I have that extra 2 on the left hand side. I should also have that extra 2 on the right hand side. If I add that extra 2 on the left hand side, that same 2 should be added on the right hand side. That means tan theta plus cot theta is nothing but square root of 16, which is 4. Why plus 4? Because the theta lies between 0 to 90 degrees, only positive. Now I have tan and cot, but I want secant and cosecant. Express it in basic. Sin by cos, cos by sin. You know all these things already, sir. I will not even tolerate if my students think these questions as difficult after practice. So sin theta cos theta is the LCM. If I take the LCM, sin square theta into cos square theta is 1. It is 4. 1 by sin, it is cosecant. Yes. 1 by cos, it is secant. Yes. I already got the answer. Beautiful methodology called as completing square method. Where did I ask you not to use method 1, sir? In this trigonometry especially. Did I ask you not to use method 1? No. Did I ask you not to use method 2? No, I did not even ask that also to you. I am telling you I will teach you multiple things. I am only telling you, you decide the thing which you are interested with. I hope it is very, very clear for you people. Before moving on to the next question, a small understanding. Like the way we did, or like the way we understood something in sin theta plus cos theta concept, here also let us understand something, sir. Can I say that a secant theta minus b tan theta, suppose if it is giving me something called as a c, and a tan theta minus b secant theta, suppose if it is giving me something called as d. Sir, here the coefficient of a is secant. Here it is tan. Here the coefficient of b is tan. Here it is secant. Yes, there is a reason, sir. Why? Because if I square it, it becomes a square. If I square it and simplify, a square sin secant square theta. In fact, when you square the entire thing, that 2ab term will get cancelled when I subtract, right? It will get cancelled. So you will be left here with a square secant square theta minus a square tan square theta. A square common, secant square theta minus tan square theta is 1, a square into 1 minus b square tan square theta, b square tan square theta minus b square secant square theta, right? B square secant square theta. If I take b square common factor, secant square theta minus tan square theta is 1 again. Right hand side is c square plus d square. Sir, where did the term called as 2ab go? If I subtract term also, it is the same 2a secant theta b tan theta. But when I and the coefficient of secant and tan are interchange. A tan theta minus b secant theta is equal to some other thing called as d. Then you can directly tell this as a square minus b square is equal to, in fact here also I will subtract, right sir? It is c square minus d square, not plus. It is c square minus d square. Very, very important key point, right? Extremely important key point to solve some of the questions directly straightforward using this notation. Now see here, where can I apply this? Listen carefully sir. Where can I apply this? Original question which came in the examination. Original examination question I am drafting. If p secant theta minus q tan theta is equal to x square and q secant theta, that means secant coefficient is interchanged, minus p tan theta is equal to y square, your question is find the value of p square minus q square, right? Find the value of p square minus q square. Just now we discussed, if the coefficient of secant becomes the coefficient of tan, if the coefficient of tan becomes the coefficient of secant, I can directly write it as p square minus q square is equal to, what will be the right hand side? X square minus y square, right? It is x square minus y square. But here the students will make mistake. Why students will make mistake is, there we wrote it as c and d. It is actually c square minus d square. That means right hand side square minus the right hand side square. Here right hand side itself is x square. So it is x square whole square minus y square whole square. People in a hurry will make that mistake. Answer is x power 4 minus y power 4. I believe that the idea is very, very clear. Directly you can tell the answer which came in an examination without any hesitation of solving the entire thing which we solved there to get our answer. I hope the idea is clear. Answer is x power 4 minus y power 4. Another question in this particular topic of trigonometry. Suppose if secant alpha to the power of 4 divided by secant square beta minus tan alpha to the power of 4 divided by tan square beta is equal to 1. It is equal to 1. Find the value of secant beta to the power of 4 divided by secant square alpha minus tan beta to the power of 4 divided by tan square alpha. Now this is a similar kind of question which we solved in our morning class. If you remember, if you have attended my morning class, alpha is becoming beta in the question. Beta is becoming alpha in the question, right? Beta is becoming alpha in the question. That is the similar kind of question which we have solved in the morning class. Now can I say that we know that secant square theta or secant square alpha minus tan square alpha is equal to 1, right? Secant square alpha minus tan square alpha is equal to 1. If I use that analogy, secant alpha to the power of 4, I can write it as secant square alpha divided by secant square beta. But I want secant power 4 alpha, another secant square alpha, I will write it as it is, minus tan alpha to the power of 4 is tan square alpha divided by tan square beta into tan square alpha, right? Into tan square alpha. This is equal to 1. Can I say that coefficient of secant square alpha in the identity is 1, but here the coefficient is something that should be equal to 1. This value should be equal to 1. That means secant square alpha will be equal to secant square beta. That means alpha is equal to beta. Similarly, coefficient of tan square is 1. But here the coefficient of tan square is this one. That should be equated to 1. That means can I say that tan square alpha by tan square beta is equal to secant alpha to the power of 4. Beta I wrote it as alpha divided by secant square alpha minus tan alpha to the power of 4 divided by tan square alpha. So this is secant square alpha minus tan square alpha. The value is 1. Answer for this question is 1. Where is the difficulty, sir? Where are you finding my classes as difficult? I don't understand where are you finding it difficult.